Hello everyone, I am Gautam, your host. I will be discussing about control systems in brief. Now coming to the topics to be discussed during the course: Introduction to Control System, Scope of a Control System Engineer, Classification of Control System, Analog Systems, Transfer Function of Systems, Block Diagram Representation, and Signal Flow. Introduction of control systems will be covered in this presentation. Basic concept of control system. A control system is a system that is designed to control physical quantities. These physical quantities or controlled variables can be pressure, flow rate, temperature, speed, etc. Control engineering is concerned with techniques that are used to solve a problem. The following 6 steps are to be considered to solve the problem in the most efficient manner possible. Identification of the problem, that is to measure the variables and convert data from analysis. Representing the problem, to describe the system in an analytical form or mathematical model. Solution to the problem, to determine the above system's model response. Ensuring stability, that is to generate qualitative analysis of the system. Designing, which means modifying of an existing system or to develop a new one. And finally, optimization, to choose the best from variety of designs. The basic terminologies in control systems can be listed down as below. Number 1 comes the system. A system is basically a combination or arrangement of a number of different physical components to form a whole unit in such a way that the unit performs to achieve a certain goal. Control, the action to command, direct or regulate a system. Plant or process, the part or component of a system that is required to be controlled. Input, it is the signal or excitation supplied to a control system. Output, it is the actual response obtained from the control system. Controller, it is the part or the component of a system that controls the plant. It is the most important part of the plant. Disturbances, the signals that have adverse effect on the performance of a control system. Control system, a system that can be commanded, directed or regulated by itself or by any other system to achieve a certain goal. Automation, the control of a process by automatic means. Control system, an interconnection of components forming a system configuration that will provide a desired response. Actuator, it is the device that causes the process to provide the output. It is the device that provides the motive power to the process. Design, the process of conceiving or inventing the forms, parts, details of system to achieve a specified purpose. Simulation, a model of a system that is used to investigate the behavior of a system by using actual input signals. Optimization, the adjustment of the parameters to achieve the most favorable or advantageous design. Feedback signal, a measure of the output of the system used to give feedback to the control system. Negative feedback, the part of the output signal that is fed back to the actual system from which the error is generated by subtracting it from the input signal. In this case, obviously the error would be subtracted from the input signal. Block diagrams, unidirectional operational blocks that represent the transfer function of the elements of the system. Signal flow graph, a diagram that consists of nodes connected by several directed branches and that is a graphical representation of a set of linear relations. Specifications, statements that explicitly state what the device or product is to be and to do. It is also defined as a set of prescribed performance criteria. Open loop control system, a system that utilizes a device to control the process without using feedback. Thus, the output has no effect upon the signal to the process. Closed loop feedback control system, a system that uses a measurement of the output and compares it with the desired output. Regulator, the control system where the desired values of the controlled outputs are more or less fixed, and the main problem is to reject the disturbances effects. Servo system, the control system where the output are mechanical quantities like acceleration, velocity or position. Stability, it is a notion that describes whether the system will be able to follow the input command. In a non-rigorous sense, a system is said to be unstable if its output is out of control or increases without bound. Multivariable control system, a system with more than one input variable or more than one output variable. Sensors, to measure physical quantities. These physical quantities are the ones that are being controlled by the control system and are measured by using some kind of sensor mechanism, where the output of this sensor or sensor mechanism can be either digital or analog in nature. Control systems are categorized as open loop control systems and closed loop control systems. Now coming to open loop control systems, it is a control system where its control action only depends on input signal and does not depend on its output response. As shown in the figure, we can see a controller and a plant. The controller is given an input signal R of t and there is an output signal C of t, whereas the control signal is denoted by U of t. You can see there is no kind of feedbacks in this type of control system. Few examples for open loop systems are traffic signal, washing machine, bread toaster, etc. Now coming to the advantages of an open loop control system, it is simple to design and easy to construct. It's more economical. It is easy for maintenance and has a highly stable operation. And the disadvantages are it is not accurate and reliable when input or system parameters are variable in nature, and the calibration of parameters are required time to time. Now coming to closed loop control system, it is a control system where it controls action depends on both of its input signal and output signal response as shown in the figure. You can see in the figure, in addition to the controller plant, there is also a feedback block that senses the output using various types of sensors and gives the feedback to the controller. This feedback is again compared with the input signal and an error signal is generated that is fed to the controller so as to control the actual plant. Few examples for closed loop control system are automatic electric iron, missile launcher, speed control of DC motor, etc. Now coming to the advantages of closed loop control system. The closed loop control system has a more accurate operation than that of an open loop control system. It can operate efficiently when input or system parameters are variable in nature. The effect of nonlinearity in these systems on output response is less. It has a high bandwidth of operation. There is a facility for automation. Time to time recalibration of the parameters are not required. Now we will look at disadvantages. It has a complex design and so difficult to construct. It is expensive than that of an open loop control system. It is complicated for easy maintenance, and it is less stable when compared to the open loop control system's operation. Now we are going to list down the comparison of the open loop control systems and closed loop control systems. In open loop control systems, no feedback is given to the control system, whereas in closed loop control systems, a feedback is given always to the actual control system. The open loop control systems are not so intelligent, whereas the closed loop control systems are intelligent and having an intelligent controlling action due to the feedback. And some more comparisons can be listed down as the open loop control system has a small bandwidth when compared to the closed loop control system. It is more stable, whereas closed loop control system is less stable or prone to instability. The open loop control system has non-linearities, whereas closed loop control system is not much affected by the non-linearities. In open loop control system, the design is simple and cheap, whereas in closed loop system, the design is a bit complex and costly. Now coming to an example of a system, say a liquid level control system. This system is aimed at controlling the levels of liquid that flow in a tank. This is considered a closed loop system whereby it is controlled automatically. The controller within the system functions to generate the valve or control the valve opening of the inflow of the fluid to ensure that water levels remain at the suitable level in order to avoid shortages and overflow in case of excess of supply. This is the control valve which controls the overflow or shortage in supply. So there is a sensor connected to the tank where it gives feedback to the controller. Okay, and this feedback is matched with the set point so that the controller can compare the feedback and the set point in order to control the inlet valve. Referring to the figure from the previous slide, the operation of the valve at input will always be activated according to the errors from the difference between the set point and the reading from the liquid level detection. Reading in the sense feedback. If the reading from the sensor shows that it is at the maximum level, the controller will act to ensure the valve is closed. On the other hand, the valve will be open if the sensor is unable to detect the existence of the fluid. That is, if this tank is completely empty, then the valve once again opens and the tank starts getting filled. So this is the block diagram of the present system where a controller is used to control the actual system and the detector or the sensor gives feedback to the controller by comparing it with the input signal. The second example is that of a room temperature control system. The figure shows a physical diagram of a temperature control system that functions by controlling the temperature in a room or space. Based on the diagram shown, the controllable variable is the temperature through the open-closed valve, which is definitive element that can be controlled to produce temperature that is required by the heater. The thermometer functions continuously to measure the temperature. This thermometer is the sensor attached to the actual control system that gives the feedback to the controller, and it constantly gives the temperature reading in the room and channels the information to the controller to ensure the temperature is the same as the input system setting. In this case or any case, the comparator or the part that compares the set temperature or the set point is implemented in the controller. If there is a difference between the two, the controller has to ensure, or the controller which is implemented in this system has to ensure the resulting error can be rectified and hence send the signals to the solenoid valve, which is responsible of rearranging the gas flow into the set space. Now, referring to the figure in the previous slide, for this system, the final value, also known as the steady state value, can only be achieved if the actual temperature in the space is the same as the temperature that is set at the input of the system. The figure shows the block diagram representing the whole system, that is the actual system and the control system. Here the controller controls the temperature in the actual system. The thermometer works as the sensor and sends feedback to the controller, which is compared with the set temperature. So we can conclude that at any specific instant of time in a closed control system, the controller needs to know how well the actual system is performing. Hence, the instantaneous performance of the actual system is determined on a constant basis so as to keep the whole system stable with the most efficient and desirable. Thank you all. Hope this presentation was helpful.